Okay, everybody, I'm going to try this again because I've been having some technological challenges with my beautiful laptop that's set up here. And I had some really quick thoughts to share about the current situation and things that I feel y'all should know because what's currently happening in this country, you need to be involved. We're at home, we're quarantined, we don't have anything else better to do. And that's when research becomes key because everything I'm going to tell you, I'm going to post a link and I will post additional information underneath so that you can go and verify and basically have the resources to make an informed decision. So here we go. I made notes so that I would be able to give you accurate information. This stimulus that everybody wants, everybody's crying about. I currently hate both the Republican and Democratic Party. Feel free to call them pigs, because that's what they are. When you stuff a bill full of pork, which is all the unnecessary spending because you have a pet project and you feel like it's more important than helping your fellow Americans and the people that you are elected to represent, that is disgusting. I'm going to give you examples of what I mean. Currently, this bill is at $2 trillion. I'm going to tell you where that $2 trillion is going. A nutshell. Underneath this video, I will provide the link of the draft. 1,119 pages currently is the draft that I have access to. There are unsubstantiated sources that have said it's up to 1,400 pages, which means there's probably even more pork on there. Okay, let me start with that. So on there, part of the money, $25 million to the John F. Kennedy Center, $75 million to the NEA, National Endowment for the Arts, 350 million for migration and refugee assistance. PBS and NPR, 75 million. A raise for Congress. So your senator, your representative, guess what? They get yet even more raises. Did you know the average salary is $190,000? How do they get to still have their paycheck and you're at home not being allowed to work? And they're using this bill and this opportunity to stop you from getting your money. 25 million for them. Because, ooh, magic. 100 million to NASA. A couple million for corporate board diversity. Almost another 100 million college debt relief. And let me tell you what that means. That's not your student loans. Oh no, honey. That's different colleges that lobbied and convinced people to add into, and by people I mean representatives, to add into this bill. Oh, well, my university needs 25 million. Well, my university needs 50 million. My university needs 75 million. For what? Not for anything important. It's not going to your student and your child's needs. It's not going to their education. No. Oh, well, my university couldn't stop building an athletic center, so I need 25 million. Really? How conducive is that to the actual real life problems? No, honey, that has nothing to do with coronavirus. You don't get $100 million to play with just because. Election auditing, airline emissions, all these extra things that have zero to do with coronavirus. So that's what's called pork. That's what you should be upset about. Well, no, why am I upset? Does that matter? It don't matter to me. Let me give you an example. We're going to talk nice round numbers. Let's say you make $10 an hour. Most of you probably honestly make more, but I'm using 10 because it's a great round number. Currently, you get about 16% taxes taken out of your check. Okay, so in reality, that's about $1.60. That means instead of really taking home 10, you're taking home like $8.40 an hour. Okay, whatever, cool. You work some overtime, you're making 15. Awesome. But you're losing more. You're getting taxed at about 27%. So again, round numbers, 15, let's say a quarter of that. So you're really bringing home 7 and change. So instead of $8.40, you're actually bringing 7 and change in overtime. Think about that. And that's currently where you're being taxed right now. If this $2 trillion bill passes as is right now, your tax rate if and when you go back to work, you're looking at 25%. So those $10 an hour, they're going to have to be 15 now, because you're not going to be able to take them home. A quarter of 15, you're losing almost $5 off the top right there. So, okay, yay, I'm getting paid $15 an hour now, but no, not really, because I'm really bringing home 11 and change. Really. And then if your company allows you to work overtime, oh, yay, I'm making 20 something an hour, but you are giving up 45%. That's literally almost half your check. So instead of bringing home 11.40 or whatever an hour, guess what you're bringing home? Oh, yay, I make 20 something dollars, but you're bringing home about 10, 11, period, in overtime. Because that is the amount of taxes that's going to come out of your check and my check to pay for those $2 trillion. Still want that relief bill? So here's my proposal. There is phones, and I'm going to go over this in a minute. Smartphones, text messaging, all those things are available to us right now. You're at home, you're quarantined, ain't nothing to do. You can see I got boxes there, got my desk, just working on projects. Okay, get on the internet. Email your congressional leaders. Tell them you don't agree. This is what you suggestion should tell them. There should only be 4 things there, not 1,100 pages of garbage you're going to have to pay for. No, there should be your money. If you're a household that together makes 100 or less, you get 1,200 per adult. If you have a kid, no matter your income, I don't care if you make $500,000 a year. If you have a kid, every kid, $500, period. If you single or head a household or any of the other, solitary filers of taxes, you get 1,200 as long as you're under 50,000. Fair is fair across the board. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, let them have every single business, small business, all the way up to these big corporations, apply for a loan. Small business grants. Everybody should go through the process. You poor, I'm poor. It is what it is. But if we want something, we got to apply, go through the process, get approved, all that. And that means you got to be responsible about how you spend that money. You don't get to have money handed to you for you to turn around and buy your own stock and cheat the employers, cheat any money that goes from the government to you as a business needs to go to payroll and operations. Nothing more, nothing less. Payroll and operations, period. And that includes airlines, cruise, I don't care, across the board. Payroll, operations, period. Now we're talking a whole lot less money. We're not talking $2 trillion anymore. And that is repayable, which means you're going to have 15 years to pay it back as a company. You won't be straight. And the last thing that you should ask for is anything that's public safety, first responders, hospitals, EMS, fire, all of my first responders, brothers and sisters, because guess what? I'm on that street. We should have direct grant funding. And we should also be able to submit our requests for anything that's above and beyond our normal practice. Because we're getting pounded and we're doing our best to keep you safe. But do you think that I want to lose half my check in the future and keep on being a first responder as much as I love it just because some nincompoop decides to stuck a whole bunch of pork on a bill just to look good so they can say, oh my God, I helped the people. No, you did not help the people. You just screwed us further and got rid of my liberty and my freedom, because that's the bottom line. So what can you do? You at home, see this? Text 50409. Free text message, unless you're one of those people that gets charged by a text, but it's free. It asks you for your zip code. You put it in, and it automatically tells you who's your House of Representatives, who's your senator. It even does local government in some areas, like your mayor, your governor. It even communicates you to the White House. It will automatically send any letter, note, email that you want to text in there to them. Do it. It's amazing. It's a great way to have your voice be heard. If you're a different kind of person, you want to leave a message? Okay. There's Washington's number. 202-224-3121. Again, 202-224-3121. That's who you need to call. I will tell you, the last 2 days, I've called the House. That bill was ridiculous. And I'm posting the link so you can see what they're trying to screw you with. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I got too much going on. I have a family. I'm a first responder. I go out that door on Friday. I'm going to be dealing with God knows what on the street. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to me. I can't stand either party right now. Squash it. Tell them how you feel. Get this gone. make it simple, and let's make America the America you want once again. We can do it, y'all. Stay safe. Pray for my safety. And hopefully we'll talk in better times.